strike. Let's do it. Welcome back, guys, to Western Kabuki. I don't have anything to say. Just like every episode, I don't know how to start. June, how are you?
I'm good. I started working for a local political campaign, and they hired me specifically to do Grok and ChatGPT, like all based on I uploaded every single Marvel movie known to man, and I am creating propaganda based off of that. I think that'll really strike the masses these days. Everyone really loves that shit. Everyone's fiending for it. So that's what I've been up to that lately. Getting really into generation.
Not to interrupt, but you think when Hulk is like his regular form and he fucks, you think he's ever like, I wish I could just like get my dick a little more hulked out, like not the full Hulk length, but like I wish I could Hulk out for like I wish I could like minorly Hulk in like a one part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But how big is that thing though? Like actually,
they don't show. I don't know. I've actually never seen.
Does he wear pants? Do they make him wear pants?
For sure. They don't have Hulk's dick out.
See, now that you mentioned that, I'm very curious.
That's like the kind of shit that AI is taking jobs away from artists on Twitter for.
Yeah.
Is because like previously you could make a middle class living in this country drawing Hulk's dick for people for $200 a pop in fucking colored pencil.
Cities were built on that, like back in the day.
My God, we got to Chicago with industry. We got to California with little drawings like that with DM for commissions, and now it's just gone. Sorry to interrupt. I was just thinking.
Hold
on.
So with this,
I'm really happy to think about Hulk's massive penis.
With this in mind, Hulk is approximately 1.5 times as tall as the average man and has a 1.75 times waist size. Applying this to average penile dimensions, the Hulk's dong would be 21 centimeters long and 20 centimeters in circumference. That's not that big. It's only 8.5 inches. Wait, where'd he go?
No, I'm really honestly, I'm glad that people did the math. They looked into it. They figured out that he has. I mean, he could be bigger. Let's be honest. Maybe with AI, we can make it bigger.
I feel like it's at least 10 inches, but whatever. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked here. Caleb, how's it going? Brace, are you back? Are you all right?
Okay,
he's in and out.
Let's give him a minute, and then we'll start with Caleb.
Give him a minute.
Yeah, and then we'll go from there. Oh no. Okay.
How's it going? You all right there, buddy?
Sorry, I hit my cord.
I think,
Lola, you've done that a few times.
I've never done that. I'm not a fool, so I would never do that, actually.
I didn't know my cord was so sensitive. I hit it, but I heard most of the Hulk dick stuff. My bad. But you might have to cut the audio from my end because it might have been shooting back.
It's proportional, but it's
not as big as you think.
Yeah, it's surprisingly smaller.
But we know how big his regular dick is.
Well, I mean,
that's the thing is no one's seen regular Hulk's fucking wiener.
They're just doing the math. They're doing the math on it.
Well, I'm saying, but like if he has if regular Hulk has a small dick and it grows twice the big, like if he's a 3-inch penis and he's Hulk and he grows twice as big, then what? He just has an average penis? There's no way.
Have you ever seen the David? Have you ever seen the statue of the David?
I know. What if he's got David dick and he fucking hulks out and then like
you never saw what David was actually packing? He was soft. That's not fair.
Dude, come on. You think David shit is like, you think David's fucking packing like a heater?
He's a grower, not a shower.
Yeah, exactly.
Things don't grow that much, dude, especially back then. Crop rotation? They don't.
Maybe
but they
it was
don't
cold.
even,
he had bad circulation.
Well, well, then put some clothes on. I'm sorry.
All I know is I'm in favor. I support micropenis Hulk, even if he only has a 5-incher.
Maybe that's why he's so ornery.
Yeah,
I seen one at Folsom Street Fair. I saw one on like a lizard leash. Someone had like a lizard leash around this other dude's, and it's crazy because you must be, if you have a micro penis, and no disrespect to myself or anyone else, but that might have one. But if you have one, you gotta be like fuck, because it's gonna be tough. But if you have that combined with like I want to be led around on a leash, then you are so stoked because you're like, that's my fucking in. You know, you're juiced. And I think about that sometimes. I was like, it was beautiful.
Beautiful,
actually,
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it
all
was
they have to do
beautiful.
is put on the pup mask and they're good to go.
It looked like a doorbell.
like an acorn or something.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's crazy. It looked like a pawn. You know?
Shout
Caleb,
out fans with micro penises. Listen.
Shout out everybody.
Shout
Caleb,
out. It's good.
Caleb, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm pogging pretty hard over the new Spaceballs news. Did you guys see that?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
Spaceballs
Spaceballs 2. Spaceballs 2 is
I
coming
sent it
out.
to June, but there's like a because Elon Musk posted the trailer or whatever.
And he's 100% funding it.
Yeah, he's
Based off the
in.
trailer, yeah.
Yeah, and it was really funny. It's like there's a guy that was like, ever since I found out that Mel Brooks is Jewish, his entire body of work is tainted to me. It's like, God, you just figured that out now, 2025. What the fuck? So awesome, dude.
One of my favorite kinds of guys. Like, come on, how do you? Unreal, yeah. Dead internet theory. That has to be a fake guy.
Today we have with us a fantastic guest, someone that I've been a fan of for a very long time. I actually have a tremendous amount of respect for. I'm sure all of our listeners, or many of our listeners, are aware of his online presence. He's been going on a tear recently, developing a romantic relationship with Mae Musk. And also, I just have very genuinely respect for this person as a guy who's done a lot of work in the past, labor organizing type work, and in fact going overseas and actually putting himself in harm's way to help freedom fighters, which I think is pretty fucking sick. And I think you could read more about him on his history online. But friend of the show, Brace Belden, also known as the Gourmand.
Uh-huh.
I forgot about the gourmand.
Hello, Brace. How are you?
Oh,
welcome.
you know, I'm okay. I'm just sweating over here. And it got dark outside all of a sudden a little bit. Not because it's night, but there's a grayness has come across.
The fog is finally here.
I know. But, you know, other than that, I'm fine. You know, what do you want me to say? I'm bad? I can talk about
You
some
can say
things.
that.
Are you?
Yeah, I have vitamins I'm supposed to take because I'm getting older, you know, certainly not getting younger. And I started taking vitamins even though I don't really think they're real. And I just forget to take them, man.
Yeah.
See,
When you
I
say
would
vitamins, do you mean antipsychotics or do you mean like
No,
just
but
vitamins?
I started taking one of those though. So
Okay, that's good.
because I can't sleep, and
Seroquel.
they gave me when I was in rehab. They gave me Seroquel to help
Sure,
me
yeah.
sleep, and I remember that being like really effective. So I asked my doctor for that, and he gave me some, and I took it. And the next day I was like, this would definitely, if I was psychotic, this would totally squelch it because I could not do anything. I was moving around like, it's crazy. I felt like midway between regular Hulk and Big Hulk. Like I could not move right. And so that's it. So I'm thinking of just crushing them up and putting them in fucking anybody who comes over's like food to like, not to like do anything nasty, but just to like really fuck them up for a couple of days.
No, I would respect RFK Jr. a lot more if instead he stopped talking about like anti-vax shit and he just like looked into the effectiveness of vitamins because it seems like a scam. Like you spend
He's the wrong
like
guy
$40
to be looking into that.
Yeah. No, he would probably have a new type of vitamin that is just I don't know, maybe like heroin.
He did heroin, right?
Yeah, he did do heroin. Yeah.
People gave him a lot of shit because he said that heroin made him better at school. But
Yeah.
the reality is, people don't know this. A little bit of heroin is, first of all, it's technically medicine, right?
Right.
It's technically medicine, and they
I can't tell if you're joking, but I do actually agree with that.
Yes,
I'm just going to be honest.
it's technically medicine, and so if you take a little bit, you kind of feel kind of good, and so that confidence that you have, like, you know, you might be like, I'm stupid. Oh, my dad. Oh, he died. I don't know. You know, my aunt's hot and now she's Greek. You know, and you go into that and you're like, maybe you're doing bad at school, but you go in with the confidence of you're like, everything's great. Because when you take heroin at the beginning, you're like, I love everybody. Like, I forgive everybody. I love everybody. And if you go into school with that kind of mindset, Because a lot of kids are just shooting these days. They're going in this place and opening fire. But if you gave all those kids heroin, a little bit of that, they'd be like, oh man, no, dude, I can't do that. People think weed makes you like love everybody, but it's a little bit of heroin at the beginning. About 6 months later, you're bringing the gun to school, but you're not shooting anybody. You're just being like, give me your fucking phone. I need to, and then selling it for like $30.
So what you're saying is every drug is just about getting the right dosage at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, no, some of them I think ketamine should be banned.
Really?
It is banned. I guess it is illegal.
Really? Why are you anti-ketamine?
How old are you?
I'm 29.
There was okay. That they just kind of came out with it again. They relaunched ketamine like 5 years
They have.
ago.
You go anywhere. I've only been to New York once, but everyone I knew out there was like, I would be at like a party or something and be like, hey, check this out. I got a little K. It's like they all carried it on them like it was like their passport. It's crazy.
It's crazy, yeah.
It's crazy, dude.
They have these shooters. They have these things like with doses in them where they just turn it.
Really?
You've never seen this? They have like it literally. You just turn it over and they snort it right up their nose.
Because if anyone starts doing drugs in front of me, I take a picture of them, and I'm like, you got to give me $40, I'll send this to the police.
No, I didn't know they like soft launched ketamine just
they
recently.
did, back in the day when I was
it.
Yeah, when I was snorting it, I was snorting things. No one ever people put that in front of me one time.
No,
how long you been sober, Brace?
A decade.
Oh, congrats.
And that time, it's congrats. What do you mean?
Congrats
for
on
not
sobriety.
doing something?
Yes, brother.
You know what I mean? Give me a break.
It's a big deal.
Congrats.
No, believe me. Now they don't even make it anymore. They don't make heroin anymore. It's all fentanyl now, and it's like, that's some bullshit, man. That's some fucking JD Vance's mom fucking bullshit. Heroin is from the earth. It's natural. It's Rastafari. But fucking fentanyl is made in a lab, you know?
Lame. That sucks.
I'm trying to get something from the ancient Greek, from Crete, from the Hindu Kush. I'm trying to, it's opium. Get it fucking at the beginning of fucking Once Upon a Time in America in the alcove in Chinatown, smoking it. But these guys, you can't do that with fentanyl, It sucks.
That one seems real. That one, fentanyl seems, I've never done it, of course, but that one seems like not great.
Just dip your toes in it.
No.
It's been given a lot of cops.
It was awesome.
Sorry?
Oh, I had my gallbladder removed like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. They gave me fentanyl right before they took me in, and I felt awesome for about 15 minutes.
Yeah. There you go. What is a gallbladder, man?
I don't know what it does. I don't know. It's one of those useless organs.
I got a couple of those.
Yeah,
so you and like one of my old coworkers and like someone else in my life all in 1 year had their gallbladder removed, because I think you had yours taken out last year. So I like looked. I was like, why is everyone's gallbladders failing? Like, what the fuck is going on with the gallbladder?
Mine's
and
strong.
It just is like
Mine's
waste.
Strong.
No, it'll fail. Don't you worry. They'll all fail one day. Mine's gonna fail. It's gonna. This is part of the chronic disease crisis that RFK is talking about.
No,
it's all starts in the gallbladder.
It's the only strong Jewish organ is the gallbladder.
The gut, not so much. Not quite as much.
You're Jewish?
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
You don't look it.
Thank you.
That was an insult. You're You're 100% Jewish?
No, I'm not 100% Jewish. No.
But Hitler? What would Hitler?
Yes, Hitler would have put me in a concentration camp. That's what my dad always tells me.
Yeah, but was he saying that because you were being bad, or was he saying that because you're being Jewish?
Oh, both.
Because you look like, I don't know, Irish or something like that.
Yeah, I guess.
Isn't that your other? Aren't you also Irish?
My mom. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I'm not halakhically Jewish.
Your dad was like, we know more. Well, it ends with me.
Well, no. To be perfectly honest, it was a classic. My mom wasn't Jewish, and he left, and because his family was like, you have to marry a Jewish woman. And
he left? Oh, now I feel like I'm bringing up bad stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you're traumatizing me right now.
That's okay, man. They didn't even remember to circumcise me.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'll just figure I'll do it, because I don't know why you have to do it as a baby. Couldn't I just do it as an old man?
You can.
And I still make sense I'm still was a good Jew,
We could get you what is it called? A moil?
It's a moil. You know what it's called, dude. What What kind of party did you think we met at, bro? Yeah, I do that freely. I do it on Fiverr.
No, has anyone ever gotten circumcised like as an adult? Like, you know how like
yeah, lots of
Catholic
people.
Okay, that's crazy to me because like Catholic converts, you know, they love to do the whole LARP. They love to like get into the whole thing. I feel like there's not like an industry of like there is an industry of like adult Jewish converts that like will move to Israel and be like, this, I was always living here, basically. But I've never seen them like do the like, I am about to get circumcised because of my like that's like a level only Catholics would do, like adult Catholic converts.
I'm more interested in the guys that wear the devices to grow their foreskins back. That's
interesting to me. There's also the like kind of live, laugh, love Christian white women that do they like yarn up foreskins to replace.
What do you
sell
mean?
them on Etsy and stuff. Have you seen those?
What? No.
Yeah, there's like whole Etsy stores where they sell like yarn foreskins for people who are
I'm trying to get
their...
like a wet like for like around like a peach, you know? Like, you know, at stores, sometimes they have like a little like lacy, you know, number around certain fruits. Is that what you're talking about? Like a yarn lacy number?
Hang on, I'll put it. I could find it. Put it in the chat. I've seen.
I was looking for. I keep getting these ads on Instagram for rings they can make out of your cum. I'm like, what? That's like some Etsy. What are they doing on Etsy, man? What do they got over there?
I love the implication that you have to send. Just like, send us your cum and we swear, like, I promise this is going to be used, like properly, like refrigerate it, send it. It's going to be fine. We will use it for ethical purposes. Yeah,
I was going to say, I guess you'd have to send it in one of those like fish boxes, like how they ship sushi from Japan. You know what I'm saying? So like you have to overnight DHL over to fucking shit's got to be in like Sedona or whatever, Arizona. New Mexico, wherever it is in the Southwest, or the Crystal Town, and you just send it over there, and she fucking. I guess if it's frozen, I don't know, man. That shit's Etsy's crazy, but that's what I'll be doing. I'll be doing that in a few years.
Making them,
just on Etsy. I'll just be I don't know, drop shipping.
You'll open a store.
Yeah, I'll open a store. I'll do spells. You know,
amazing.
Well, June, do you want to? What are we talking about today?
Yeah, so broadly today, we're. I thought it would be really interesting to talk about the rise of the soy right, because I feel like with this administration in particular, there's been like a shift in the types of administrations from Trump 1 to Trump 2, like whereas the first administration was like guys in their cars with sunglasses and hats, they're balding, like yelling on video. There is still some of those guys, but there's been like a very public shift on social media in the last like year or so, where it's like all of these like tech weirdos, tech losers, like gamers are like an organized political bloc at this point. Like I think we made jokes about that, like people broadly made jokes about that. Yeah, he's the leading.
He's not political, goat, dude. He's not political. He's not political.
He's my goat. Once I found out about that guy, it's over for Hassan. Dude, are you kidding me? No, Asmongold is amazing. He's like, what's the Psycho? Where the guy's mother is there, you know what I'm saying? He's doing that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know, he's got rats in the walls. I mean, this guy is living.
Blood on the wall.
The thing is, he can be racist against like foreigners because he lives literally like the worst caricature of somebody in a third world slum with like exposed wires and rats, and you know he hasn't
cockroaches
eaten.
Climbing on him.
He's never seen a fucking. Could you imagine explaining what a daikon is to him, or like a fucking? Or being like, this is an heirloom tomato. It's different than like a beefsteak tomato. So imagine him trying an heirloom tomato. So he's like somebody you'd see in like, he'd be begging outside of the pyramids of Giza or something. You fucking, you'd give him like a Cliff Bar and change his life. I mean, no, that's
the most calories he's ever had in his life.
He's probably eating a lot of Cliff Bars, actually, now that I think about that. Anyways, the story right.
No, he's like Asmongold in particular. He's like a perfect example of like, he's like the biggest right wing, like other than like, Matt Walsh, all these people. Like he's like the most emblematic of like the new type of thought leader on the right. I mean, Asmongold is like the biggest streamer right now, like across the board. Like I don't think that's a question. And he's like also a leading guy on the right who will like stream for like 12 hours a day and say how he thinks protesters should be run in the street for just like like, just protesting anything. It doesn't even matter. So it's just been like a very noticeable shift. And Brace, I thought you would be really interesting to talk to about this because as Lolo alluded to at the beginning, you've been kind of going on a run on online, and it's very funny, but I feel like the thing that to me, whenever I see like any of your like May Musk whatever posts, you've like really dug into how the new online write posts. You've like tapped into their brain. You do like the 3-line breaks, which is like a hallmark. Yeah, you are right wing. You are our right wing correspondent on this, and I just think that you might have a lot of insights in like the brains, the way that these guys function, because it seems like from my perspective, you've like cracked their nut. The little nut of a brain.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like, listen, I love everybody. I have my own politics, but I accept to me, right wing, left wing it's all LGBTQ, and I am fucking equal sign. Love is love, no hate, motherfucker, right here.
It's all love, brother.
It's all love from me, and so I say this from a place of love, and I come from a place of love. Right wing people have, I believe. Do you remember when they used to call everyone NPCs?
Yes.
And have the little like, oh, you're putting a new fucking current thing chip in your brain.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, like, if you and this is actually, I learned this myself sometimes. I think if you spend enough time online or in video games or whatever, you kind of become like a little bit of online, which I do believe is like, in this, it's I'm saying allegorically or metaphorically, whatever. It's like almost, you can think of it as like a sentient entity. You kind of become a little like that. And the median like way that the online, that the internet sort of presents itself to people, and I'm saying the median way, or whatever one's the middle of it. That's the median? No? I don't know.
Median is the middle, yeah.
Great job.
It's like 9gag. Do you remember that website? 9gag?
Yeah, it's like iFunny. It's like
funny
those
It's
are
iFunny. It's that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if you spend enough time online, you kind of like get inflected with that a little bit. And I think that especially when after Elon bought Twitter, like that, he kind of like, his cadence and his style kind of became like the house style for a lot of people without even knowing it. Mm-hmm. And so I think that like Grok especially, like people kind of relying more on ChatGPT and Grok kind of talk, because that shit is all 9gag fucking, like, because people use Reddit as an insult, and I don't understand, because every time I see people calling other people Reddit, I'm like, you guys are both people I would see on Reddit, and I don't use Reddit. I'm just saying, like, this is how I think of it, and it's like, I think for the right. One thing that's crazy to me is whenever people like post tough stuff online,
yes.
like they'll post like, this used to be, I think, like really big, like a laser eyes, or like what they're still doing, the laser eyes with Donald Trump, I guess. Or
it's
like
weird.
a picture.
It like made a comeback. It was like 5 years ago. It was like the laser eyes was like maybe like a left leaning thing and like or just like a meme in general. And then like shoe horse, what do you call that? Horseshoe. I'm doing a little. I'm calling back to our centrist friends. It's a little bit of a horseshoe theory. It kind of came back on the right. Yeah.
And so like a lot of these guys, I mean, that I feel like came back via crypto because they started doing that. But I feel like a lot of the right became kind of like NFT inflected, like monkey bone fucking kind of like, Grok speak kind of people. And it's been kind of amazing to watch. It's just, that's just
happened
like
really fast.
The reality too is that's just
between...
like the cadence of Twitter now. Like that's how like people like 99% of the people on that platform communicate. And like, it is kind of just like kind of a right-wing platform. It's like for right-wing people and just like insane people. And so like which
is why I'm on there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, anybody, like it's not, and like, that's just how it is. Like the internet, like if it is left, not even to its own devices, but like the internet, like platforms or chat rooms or whatever, like 4chan, all this kind of stuff, it just descends into like the most insane kind of vile thing. But the problem is Twitter is so, for some reason, like inflected with NFT, Bitcoin, blockchain talk, that like the combination of those comes to this. And so like, and also it's just how Elon talks, and I love Elon. He's kind of like the king of that stuff. And it's funny because like a lot of like, the reality is a lot of right-wing people just kind of talking more like left-wing people. And so like there is like a funny sort of horseshoe convergence around that. There's so many like like they're kind of having their, I guess, like cringe Bernie bro moment, which is
Yeah.
which is very funny to me.
Sadly, they actually did win. They don't have to have their "here's how Trump can still win" moment, which is very, very well. I guess they did back in 2020.
Yeah, they did. They did do that, but
yeah,
then
they
he
did
actually
have that
did
whole
win.
thing
Yeah,
happened.
then he actually did win. I mean, I still, you know, I actually, I'm now retiring from posting on Twitter because now I don't. For some reason, I was like, I was having a lot of fun, and then like in the past week, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to focus on making some creations on other apps that I can't talk about yet.
Ooh, amazing.
But
Is this related to the AI imagery you were discussing?
a little
before?
bit, yeah, but I'm doing something that is even way more fucked up than that, to be completely
It's not
honest with you.
legal quite yet, but
It's,
with
it's-
the passing of this new BBB bill, it
Straight
might
up
be.
in a questionable area of legality, and that I'm working on. That's taking up a lot of my time and mental energy. But like, there is like, it's funny because there was all the remember the alt-right, like that stuff, like they had like, there was guys who were like, I am a white nationalist, like we're gonna have a day of the rope where we hang every
Yeah.
black person, where we hang the journalists, we're gonna hang the homos, we're gonna hang, you know, I guess the journalists, Jews, whatever, we're gonna hang, I guess Mexicans too.
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, we're gonna deport them. They have to kind of make like a weird alliance with the Mexicans because like a lot of Nazis in America, it's like statistically it's highly Mexican.
Anytime a new like right wing like fascist on Twitter gets doxxed, it's like, oh, they're Mexican apparently.
Always
Yeah.
a Mexican
Yeah.
dude. Yeah. But it like they had like the Pepe thing. They had this little man that they loved so much, and then that became, who was the other frog that they loved? They made another
Groiper?
fucking frog, Groiper. Then it became Groiper, and it's like it's always been there. It's always been there. They hadn't. Groiper
was
was an
traces of it. That's a
NFT
good
before
point.
there was
Yeah.
an NFT. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's only natural that they would sort of like, and, you know, and the fact is, like, their guy, they got two real like heater dudes in America right now. They got Trump, the president, and then they got Elon, who is a dude.
He is the soy. Like Trump is the like strongman guy. Elon is the soy. They like hang in a balance on each other. Like
Imagine
it's like the
being-
spectrum.
Yeah, but imagine being like a racist, right? Like
Right.
you are like, I hate blacks, you know, every day. But you're also like, you're kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? Like you got like a little bit of good taste. I'm not saying this is defensive, but imagine if you were that person. This person must exist. Like, you know, at least you have.
I'm
like,
talking to him right now. We're talking to him.
No, I love everybody. But and then like you're like, I am fucking racist. I am fucking racist. But then like you see Elon and like all the shit that he's saying and his fucking stupid ass nipples sticking out of the Occupy Mars fucking t-shirt. He's jumping in the X, and that would make me be like, dude, I don't know. Like
I don't know
that
about
would
this
make
white
me
race.
that
Yeah.
would make me go from Turner Diaries to fucking Farrakhan in like 2 seconds. You'd see me. I would be showing. I'd be the fucking. I'd be like Nancy Pelosi down there kneeling. I'd be like, no more of this. If this is what racism is, if this is what we're doing, if this is what the cost, if this is how we prevent white genocide in South Africa, then fuck it. Give me Malima's Venmo. I am sending him my fucking paycheck. Because there's no way. I mean, if I was South African, I would have to do, like I was like one of the Boers who was being fucking smoked out there. I would have to fucking, I would start attacking farms if this was the guy that was on my side. And I think it's tough because a lot of people have made this devil's bargain where they're going to rock with that shit. And it's going to be in 5 years. I think they're going to feel very ashamed. And this has happened on the left. So I don't want to.
I do think you're kind of right about that. Like there will be this like counter, because like I compare like how people are right now, and it's like Twitter induced. It's like almost entirely Twitter induced brain rot, where it's like hysteria. They're like in a hysteria of like how insane can we make all of each other as quickly as possible. And I think like or at least I really fucking hope in a post Trump era, like there will be like maybe we were like kind of insane. But really quick, I wanted to know if you guys saw this article that came out I think today. It's about the Afrikaners that were brought as refugees into America. The headline is "No food, job, or phones African or refugee family stranded in the U.S. They're stranded here. They don't have jobs. They don't have anything. They thought they were going to come here, get hooked up on the sweet.
You didn't give them Obama phones or anything?
No Obama phones.
Where are they at? Like, what part of the country they put them at?
I think this specific family that they were talking to was in one of the one of the eastern states. I think Connecticut. I'm gonna
pick them up and put them to work, put them some siding up and stuff.
They should do a reality show, man. If I was South African coming here as a refugee, I would pitch fucking like one of those like one of the minor networks or something on like a reality show, following my family around. Maybe make me move in with there was a TV show called Black Period White that was like. It was kind of Dave Chappelle show style. Like they did a crazy thing with these two families. But if I was they don't understand hustle culture, man. They've been out there fucking farming their little fucking beans out in South Africa. They don't understand that if you want to make it here, you got to pitch a reality show that deals with hard issues.
Would you be the host? Would you be the host?
It is my dream job to be a producer on a daytime show or a reality show like that deals with love. Or a host on that. I think I would be really good at that.
I've had one in my back pocket for a while that I wanted to pitch to Mr. Beast because I got his cell phone number. It's called Dad Fight, and it's exactly what it sounds. Remember Extreme Makeover Home Edition?
No,
you don't remember that? That was like the show where they made Ty, whatever his name was, the guy with the like frosted
I'm gonna be honest,
tips.
and I'm not saying this from a perspective of someone intelligent. I've never really watched TV.
Oh, you're like a David Foster Wallace. You're
No, but he wrote books. I just was wasn't doing like smart stuff. I just wasn't watching TV.
Well, okay, the premise of that show is they would like make over a family's house in a week.
Yeah.
And then they move the van, and the house is whatever. Anyway, it's like that, except there's two families. They train both of the dads with like an MMA fighter, and then they fight in the ring. But only one family gets the prize money, and it's the family the dad that wins. That's it.
I like that a lot. I had an idea for Bushwick Bachelor, and I mean it's pretty.
They need it out there.
It's pretty self-explanatory there, but to just basically do 1-to-1 The Bachelor. With like zoomers and their fucking big ass Jinko shorts or whatever, like a crop top, and just put them on dates, make them do horrible fucking shit to each other, like whatever they do. I've never seen The Bachelor either.
It's like The Bachelor meets Fear Factor.
They make you kind of a bit of a Fear Factor thing going on in there.
Mm-hmm.
But that would actually do really well. So if you're a producer listening to this, don't steal my
Mr.
idea.
Beast.
Mr. Beast, if you're listening to this.
He listens to all our episodes.
Yeah.
Just
no,
so
he's a great guy. We love him. But no, I think going back to your point before, there was like all these little traces of this like soy presence. It was like they were in the coalition. There was always the soy coalition, but it feels like they have like taken over.
Well, the difference between like his first administration and now is basically that, right? He's got the I don't know, tech perverts, the soy people on his side, and it's interesting too because if you pay attention to like Steve Bannon, he fucking hates Elon. He's hated him this whole time. He hates feedback. He
is not soy.
He's not soy. He's a lot of things, but he does not like the nerds.
Yeah, it's funny because there is this like I feel like it really this might be a generational thing here. Like millennials might be just epigenetically soy. I don't know what epigenetically means outside of like trying to Holocaust context. But
no, you're
like
perfect. You're
millennials
correct
and
usage here.
Millennials might be epigenetically soy, and I think Zoomers. It's funny because Zoomers will call millennials soy, but Zoomers are the exact same as millennials. And so I think it's just like they might even be more maladjusted and fucked up because at least millennials had like for certain ones like weren't even on the internet when they were young at all, so they like missed several bad years of maybe having like a Tumblr as a 13-year-old. But like
dark time,
I'm sure, but it might just be a generational thing. Like JD Vance, for instance, like
I was just gonna bring him up. Yeah,
I mean, well.
That lame ass
I'm just gonna be fully for real. I feel like people make him out to be sawyer than he is because he looks.
He's not a gamer, by the way.
No, but he's doughy and I think he just looks literally like tofu. Kind of like he's molded, like his face looks like like if they did like those butter sculptures in like China or whatever, like they would make like images of guys that look like him, you know. And so I feel like people think he's sorrier than he is, because he is, but he does like he is kind of like soft spoken in this way, and I feel like a lot of it though is like the younger stuff. Like even younger than JD Vance, and I feel like all
which
those
I think
people
he's
have,
a millennial. I'm pretty sure
he's like the millennial, but they have it'd be so funny if JD Vance was Gen Z. He's like he's got a belly button piercing. He's fucking bisexual. He's like JD they them.
First vice president with a septum ring.
Yeah. That's exactly.
I can't wait for that. Yeah.
But like it's like I think a lot of the people in the communications departments whatever roles in a lot of the federal departments are basically people who do like look, I'm Denny's doing a crazy Twitter account.
Yes.
But like that's what the Homeland Security shit. Like, I'm sorry, I want to mention like the menswear guy, who, by the way, who gives a fuck about like people
He's just some dude.
Juice that guy up way too much and hate that guy way too much. Guess what? He's a nerd. There's 5 billion of those on the internet. You know,
he's like everyone grew up in forums in those days. Like he's a forum guy.
He's just a guy. He's just, and like, yeah. And I, you know, and listen, this is not a guy who I think if he knew of me would think very highly of me. I will say that.
He's a hater.
He's a monarchist. He's a monarchist, and I'm against him. He is not. He is not a Maoist. He's against Mao.
I mean,
and I will defeat him.
He's done exactly one cool thing. He came on this show 2 years ago or something now, two or 3 years ago. And he had me blocked before he came on the show. We had, I guess, a nice conversation. I don't give a fuck about fashion. I don't think I said more than 5 words because I just wasn't interested. But he didn't unblock me afterwards. So
I respect that a lot. I respect that a lot. But my point is, like, the Homeland Security Twitter account is like tweeting out like fucking gifs about like quote tweeting the fucking menswear guy and stuff. And to me, you know, lame. Again, if I was racist and this was the people that were representing me, I'd be like, maybe I'll read some Miriam Kaba or whatever. You know,
that's something I've been thinking about so much recently, because you bring up that instance where they were like, ooh, like basically doing like a twee little, oh, we should deport this Twitter user because that would be based or something. But like these White House, these official accounts ran by the government are a perfect example of the infiltration of SWIFT. Because like the White House account, I have a couple examples here. Like they use AI images. They use Grok all the time with that yellow tinted bullshit. They have.
Oh my god!
I'm going to read this.
Sorry, when they did the Studio Ghibli thing with like the deportation stuff.
Yeah,
it's fucking disgusting.
It's bleak. And this one here, this was on May 4th. You know, famously, I don't know if you guys are a fan of this little thing called Star Wars, but it's, you know, May 4th day that always brings out some of the best jokes, some great rippers.
Oh yeah, we're seeing a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, that's always my favorite day. But the White House made this post, and I'm going to read it. There's an image of a really buff Donald Trump, where it looks like he abused testosterone. So, like he abused a lot of substances to get this buff. Multiple eagles behind him. He's holding a red lightsaber. And this official White House post says, Happy May the 4th to all, including the radical left lunatics who are fighting so hard to bring Sith Lords, murderers, drug lords, dangerous prisoners, and well-known MS-13 gang members back to our galaxy. You're not the rebellion. You're the empire. May the 4th be with you. That is so
I love how like every
bad.
Jeff Tiedrick guy was like, perhaps you didn't notice this, but he's holding a red lightsaber.
Is that for bad guys?
Yeah, that's the bad guys.
Yeah, that's the bad guy ones.
What's the good guy one?
Like blue and green, purple. There's like a purple one.
Purple? Oh, that's for if you're a little both.
That was Mace Windu got the purple one.
That was all Samuel L. Jackson.
Pause on purple lightsaber, first of all. If the dude pulls out, if we're about to get in a battle and the dude next to me pulls out a purple lightsaber, I'm like, okay. Not letting him around when I change my robes anymore. My lightsaber turns red as he's fucking Mace Windu.
That would canonically happen these days. Actually, the lightsabers can change.
Really?
Yeah, they can. That was introduced in. I'm blanking on the title, but it was like a fan made, but like canon, Star Wars canon show that I believe Abigail Thorne was in. It came out last year. But no, that
had to go get mad to change his lightsaber to red or something. I saw some crap about that.
Yeah, you have to be so mad and racist.
You have to get so
probably.
pissed that your lightsaber turns red to go to the dark side. It's
Wow.
so stupid, dude.
Dude, I hate Star Wars.
Yeah, I fucking hate Star Wars.
It sucks so bad. The Force to be with you. I mean, I loved those movies as a kid, and I loved Star Wars as a kid. I was like, it's so great, it's so great, it's so great. I would watch it on the tapes and everything. And if you told me when I was 9 years old that I was actually talking to our producer about this, like if you had like sat me down and told me at 9 years old that at age 35 you'll be like, you hate Star Wars, you don't want anything to do with it, I would have ripped your throat out with my little 9-year-old teeth. It's crazy. And now it's just like I'm sick of it. It's Marvel. It was always kind of Marvel, but like,
and now, I mean, it's actually owned by Disney, so
it had the grace
of
being old and like, at least it was something like I saw when I was a kid, and I was like, wow, it's so blaster. Now it's like, come on, man. I hope they should do comment. I did watch a Watto supercut. I only remember the first of the new ones. Watto was crazy. The Force didn't work on him.
So crazy.
And they said he was Greek. Afterwards.
He was Jewish for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But
Jewish.
Greek, he looks Greek. That's the thing, is he acts Jewish but looks Greek, which is great advice to anybody out there.
I do love that they were able to make,
because Greek men kind of look like if you put a Jewish guy in like a Studio Ghibli not Studio Ghibli, but like a Chat GPT, and we're like, make this guy look like what I think Jews look like. And he's like bigger and hairy. He's got the apron. They always kind of look like shoemakers, cobblers.
They always serve me gyros.
But so wait. What we were just talking about? We were just talking about fucking
Star Wars.
Just like Star Wars, like the White House. Yeah, the White House.
And it's just, and it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse.
I hope not.
The next presidential campaign.
Oh no.
Is gonna be, because remember the Democrats, we would have had people doing brat. Like, we're like, I'm a brat for Israel or whatever. I don't know what the Democrats would, but like, but we would have had brat in there, and now we got, I guess, like, I think it is funny that like sort of the battle lines have been drawn that just like crypto blockchain stuff is right wing kind of coded or whatever, which makes sense because sort of libertarian stuff, but like on a more aesthetic level, it is. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just going to get way worse.
I think so, especially with like the financialization of how a lot of cryptos really popped off. A lot of people have gotten really rich from crypto, and a lot of them are founding, companies like Palantir and these other really companies that are ingratiated into our government at this point. And just that presence that they have, that power that they have with tech, the tech industry. Like, I have to say, libertarianism.
Which of the Democrats is going to come out? I'm sorry to interrupt you, June.
Gavin, baby, Gavin.
Who's going to be like the racist Democrat? Who's going to do it? One of them is going to do it. You think it's going to be Gavin Newsom?
Gavin Newsom, 1,000, 10,000. What? Come on, right? There's nobody else.
Me.
Could be you.
Praise at the
Who's
debate
the big dogs in the Democrat? Gavin? I mean, I got to be Gavin because I'm fucking from California. I know he's going to hook us up.
Tim Walz, JB Pritzker is up there generally.
They're going to try Buttigieg again.
Oh yeah, absolutely Buttigieg.
Yeah, Buttigieg. But he can't be racist.
He could be the racist, could he?
No, he's too busy killing dogs to get, too racist.
Buttigieg will be the next woke president. I feel like he's Kamala. What was it? And people would get I mispronounced Harris a lot. I thought it was Harry's the whole time.
What
was her middle name?
Hussein.
That was crazy. Respect to Obama, not for a lot, but for busting out with Hussein as the middle name. Oh, Devi. See, that one's Indian. I know. I can see that one. But yeah, that was crazy. Barack Hussein Obama, and he fucking and Saddam must have been looking down on us and been like, dude.
Come on,
man.
Oh my god.
Miss
yeah,
me?
no.
Yeah, miss me yet?
But no, I do think this is going to get worse, especially because I don't know if you guys have seen, I don't know if it was like a dox or anything, but people found the person who runs a lot of the specifically
Really?
the White House social media accounts, and maybe a few more, but this guy's name, and I have a few select tweets from the person before he became the White House social media person. His name is Kalen Dorr. First of all, awesome name. He's got
Kalen
the
with a C or a K?
K with the AE, so it's KAELAN. It's like a very like a Zoomer,
That's a
like
swastika
white
to me.
mom.
That's a swastika to me.
Yeah.
He's got a little
this person
Roblox
was
avatar.
born.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And then, yeah, is that Roblox or Minecraft? He
I don't
has a
know, one or the
Minecraft or Roblox avatar in this photo,
I
which
can't
is
tell the difference.
beautiful. But he has a few tweets here. I'm just gonna read a couple of them. Some personal news. I'm suffering from a debilitating case of long COVID. And by long COVID, I mean crippling addiction to Arby's. Damn.
What the fuck does that even mean? I was going to ask you about that. What does that mean?
Who has it?
This is the guy who runs the White House social
No,
media
but
account.
he says who has long COVID?
He does.
He does.
He has long COVID.
Crippling. He has addiction to Arby's. Isn't Arby's roast beef sandwiches?
It is.
Yeah.
It's like very
Bro.
fine
If you want to
food.
pay like
I'm moving away
$18
like
for
he's
a
got a
gas
purple
station
lightsaber.
sandwich.
Roast beef sandwiches, no disrespect. A little kind of a gay coded, if I may say this at my, in my advanced age.
Is it? Okay,
Roast
please
beef,
explain.
because
Explain.
it seems like something you call a big old dick on a guy that, like, if you're on like a circuit party, going around the world fucking like a motherfucker, and it's like that seems like some shit you call some dude with a fucking crazy thing. Roast beef. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't sound like it's like if your friend was like,
I think it's.
if your friend like Hugo was like, I'm gonna get a roast beef sandwich, you'd be like, well, okay. All right.
New gay lingo code. It's
I mean,
right there
no,
next
just
to,
new.
next to
It's my
Brad.
new stereotype. It's the roast beef sandwich is kind of gay. No, for fast food.
No, it is. It's like drippy. It drips. It has like that Arby's specifically. It's got the Arby's sauce. It's got the cheese. It's drippy.
Eating
Yeah.
a roast beef sandwich with your boys. It all drips on a muffin, and the last dude to finish has to eat the muffin. Crazy. No way. Is that ever gonna happen, man? A messy. Yeah, me and the guys we're addicted to Arby's. We're gonna get roast beef, extra horsey sauce. Horsey sauce is some shit you call cum. That's like some shit. No, that's like if you're like a 70-year-old gay guy in Palm Springs who owns an antique dealership, and you're like being like naughty. You're like, maybe I'll squirt some horsey sauce later. If roast beef is at the party,
Okay, you've convinced me. You've convinced me.
I'm just
actually.
saying. Sorry, I'm
Don't
being
apologize.
homophobic
You've
to this guy. I'm
convinced
not homophobic. I'm just saying this is. I know these things. I'm in the community. What else does he say?
Thank you for So here he says this was 3 or 4 years ago. Kendrick Lamar's verse in Rain Brothers, but instead of Topo the Morning, it's taxation is theft. Just incredible stuff there.
Dude,
another
that's
libertarian.
crazy to say. Actually, I don't know. I don't know the song. I
haven't listened to it.
I've never. I mean, I've heard Kendrick Lamar, obviously, but I'm not. How old is this fella? No, he's got to be.
I actually don't know his age, but he's definitely like a Zoomer or like he was like definitely like the middle of like millennials and Zoomers, that range.
God.
He's right in there.
Because taxation is first of all theft. And I'm paying this shit.
Thank you.
Because what is it going to? And it's going to Israel. Sorry.
See, that's the thing. I mean, I do
money
agree with that.
I'm putting
That
the money
sucks.
back in the community. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting the money back by tipping everybody $50. Putting it right down. Putting it right in the bra. But and it's like a crumpled 50. I'm sort of dropping in someone's
wet.
bra.
It's wet.
It's wet. It's coming out of my
Dripping
pocket.
with,
Wet.
Arby's
Because
sauce.
my horsey sauce packets that I took from Arby's opened in there. It's just covered in horseradish. But which, by the way, most what's that shit that you put on sushi?
Soy sauce.
Yeah.
No,
wasabi?
no, wasabi.
That, like,
Most of that's just in America. And I
Cum.
don't know, Japan. No, that's just cum. No, that's just horseradish. They're giving you horseradish at these places. But
That's true. Yeah.
Oh God, man, that's crazy. Is there any more from him?
So those were like the two. I only had those two. I
That's
mean,
rough.
just any like White House post you see is him. So like some of those,
Yeah,
those
like the
AI
Ghibli shit
arts,
or whatever. Like that's him doing that.
almost every single one. So like basically that this is the kind of guy
Shalom
that Trump's
Mahmood, Kalen
Kalen
Dorr,
Dorr.
hitting up fucking Canva to make a Shalom Mahmood. Fucking this shit sucks, man.
Yeah, see, this is the kind of, and this is like the soyification of the Republican Party, because like, you know, they were always there, but they have like fully embraced this as like a fascist aesthetic, and like this goes back to like, you know, like AI art too. I don't know if you guys remember, but like leading up to the election, they posted all of these like AI photos of that squirrel Peanuts that was like killed or something.
You know what? That's a really good point. The fucking Peanut the squirrel was actually, I would say, a marriage of millennial and zoomy soy, and we got a little bit of lower Gen X in there. So not to interrupt you, I'm sorry.
No, you're so good. Keep going.
But it reminds me so much. There's like all these like gun YouTubers who are kind of right wing. Who the only YouTube things I ever watch is I just watch. Now I found there's these great videos. Minutes of May. I don't know who this lady is. She just she just silently kind of loads the gun and demonstrates it. And they're like they're YouTube shorts. I watch those. But there's these like all these guys. There's one AK-47 guy. I can't remember. He fucking ran for office and lost. Brandon Herrera. And they're all kind of like this. Like they're like vet guys, but vets are fucking soy. And the
Vets
ones that
are
aren't,
extremely soy,
the ones
dude.
that aren't, unfortunately, often harm themselves. But they this like Peanut the squirrel was perfect for these guys because they were like, it was for some reason they were like liberals did this.
Which was crazy because it was like a small town in New York that like votes for right wingers, and it was like the cops. It was like the FBI
guarantee
that
everybody
did this.
top to bottom involved in this is like a right wing person. Like it, yeah. And they confiscated this guy's squirrel, and like wasn't he like a gay OnlyFans model?
I think so.
He
Yeah,
was.
he was.
Yeah,
but he was still like a right winger. He's like a conservative. He's like a big conservative guy.
Yeah. That's you know, it's just work for him. You know what I mean? but you know, he puts the Arby's sauce and the fucking roast beef down when he comes home to play with Peanut the squirrel. But it's like, I'm just saying, like that was crazy because they were making all these AI images of Peanut, and they'll be like, "We'll never fucking, you know, Gondor stands for Peanut or whatever."
It was like all the squirrels marching on the White House. Like that was like the iconic one to me. Where
And
it was
my
like
whole
a
thing
bunch
was
of
like,
squirrels.
kill all pets. Like I was like, liberals need to come out and start shooting cats, dogs, ferrets, everything. We need to house confiscate your. You can keep the gun, but let me use it first.
Peanut was no angel.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, we don't know what Peanut was doing. We don't know why he adopted him. You know, and it's just that was insane because there was a lot of right wing stuff is like they're like. Like they imagine I mean, obviously a lot of people do this, but like there's a specific right-wing Twitter thing where they for some reason imagine liberals have taken this position. They talk about it. You've seen this with like the protests in LA too. They're like all these Democratic politicians like encouraging and congratulating these like protesters or whatever. But it's like, what are you talking about? Like, there's no like liberal thing on the side of this. And
there's not like politicians on the ground organizing these things. These
No.
are just like neighborhoods. Like this is just like the community.
No,
like,
hell no. Yeah. Karen Bass she's fucking. Who knows? What
she
she's
has a gun at her door. She's scared. Yeah.
They shouldn't have made her come back from her trip when those fires happened. Because what's she gonna do? You know. That's like we hire American delegate, fire department, put out the fire. Like, okay, you got to fly back from Ghana to say that. No,
she should have like piloted one of the helicopters that dropped like the it's not water, but whatever they drop on like fires.
No, they would have immediately fragged her if she did that.
They drop ashes. They drop veterans' ashes in LA when they do that shit. They go out to 29 Palms and fucking scoop that shit up and just drop it on the fires. And they're like, after this, we're gonna have so many graphic designers gonna live here.
No, it's been like, it's like a weird, like I just feel like the manifestation of all of this is just like a marriage between like nerd culture, like Gamergate nerd culture, and like new technology with like AI and like these like all these generative things, and like this like weird new right-wing millennial. Like I feel like in the last couple of years there has been like an emergence of the right-wing millennial, as you brought up before. JD Vance is the perfect
Zoomers
example.
Especially.
Oh yeah. And I like I don't know if you guys saw that JD Vance tweet where he was like, he was going to like a play. I'm just gonna read it. It's about to see Les Mis with about to see Les Mis with POTUS at the Kennedy Center. Me to Usha. So what's this about? A barber who kills people? Usha. Hysterical laughter. That's apparently a different thing called Sweeney Todd. It's like, what are we like? This is a disaster for millennials. This is like, we can't have this anymore.
We can't be talking about Sweeney Todd in the White House, man. I don't. Cause that's what Johnny Depp.
This is a disaster.
The demon barber of fucking Fleet Street. Why do I know? I've never seen that in my life, but I know what that is for some reason. I've never seen Les Mis either, and I know Reddit, and I know what that is also.
Look, maybe I'm just giving him too much shit. Maybe it's just like inherent. Maybe it's just inherent knowledge.
And Usha was like, "That's another week. No kiss."
Too soy for me.
No
Too
kiss.
soy.
No kiss. Usha, man, that is like, because I actually do think Usha is fucking bad.
Like evil or
no, like good looking.
Hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think she's gorgeous. And it's interesting because there's like a subset of powerful Indian women in politics that I'm like, damn, like you are fine as hell. Huma is another one. I think Huma Abedin is a fucking smoke show, and she's with Alex Soros, which I understand.
Really,
I get
it's
God. Like that's her Travis Kelce, right? Like she has to be with him. But I don't want the Huma heads to come after me for this, because I know she's got there's a lot
you're
of
defending her. You're
problematic
defending her.
stand
I learned that
culture.
she got shooters because I posted about like 2 weeks ago that I didn't realize that she was dating Alex Soros, and I called it an age gap relationship because they're 11 years apart. And who was I got fucking got on the internet for saying that. For calling
can only
it
imagine
gap.
Huma age. That is what I am googling. What is she? Huma agency? No, don't fucking autofill.
She's
Huma,
like
38.
50, I
she's
think.
not even that much younger than me. How old is Alex Soros, dude? He's 29.
Mhm.
Oh my
27?
god. The
He's
progress
30.
was
No,
like
they're the
49
same
to
age.
28.
That's why you got shit for it. They're the
No,
same
they're
exact
like
age.
11 years apart.
Yeah, of 11 days apart. Maybe he's 39. She's 38.
shit.
She's 48.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of Huma Qureshi. I Googled, there's a more famous Huma. Wow, when it comes up, what it says when you oh yeah, she is fine as hell. When you Google her, it says content creator in parentheses politics. We have the same job, Huma.
You guys are co-workers.
This is what
We're
we get with the
co-workers, baby.
democratization of the internet.
You about to call HR on me? but for real though, she is. How old is she? Oh, I didn't Google age. 48 years
48.
old. Brother, get me her surgeon. I'm about to look like Ollie London. She is gorgeous.
You're about to become Korean.
Wow.
Oh my god. Yeah. And I think we're wrapping up here. And I just wanted
Sorry.
to. This is no.
It's fine.
It's all our fault. We also talk too much about the Hulk's penis, to be honest.
which is
but-
wonderful, and
That's
I love.
that was for private consumption.
No, I'm just gonna think about. We're gonna end this episode, and I'm just gonna go into Grok, and I'm just gonna endlessly ask for Hulk penis generation images. So now you turned me on to something good, something new today. So don't apologize for awakening my mind.
I did send you guys the crocheted foreskin in the chat just because I was
where's
like,
it?
wanted
There's
to know
a
that I
chat
was not
here?
lying.
Oh, it's
Okay,
on
I'm
Blogger.
about to order this shit, dude.
But I wanted to leave us on.
Yeah.
what I
Oh
think is,
yeah!
Wow.
Wow,
Oh,
that's
hold
a
on.
big one.
Mm.
That's big.
That's
Wait,
your
let me see
son's? Oh no, that's a baby's hand, dude. That's fucking. I mean, I'm serious. That is a baby's hand.
Wait,
Am
what
I
is this
wrong?
text here? No, it says saving our son's educational intact penis. What
That's
does
what
this
I'm
do?
saying. I'm assuming.
What does
I
this
think
do?
Saving Our Sons is probably the organization. educational intact penis is probably the intact penis that they show around to. Is that a baby's hand or is it just a fat thumb?
I think it's just a fat thumb.
Woman's hand.
That's
holding
definitely
it.
an adult. That's
Just
absolutely what's
feminine.
No, that's a baby's hand against a pair of corduroy pants with a wide corduroy menswear guy.
I think
The menswear guy would love this.
He's got
we should
wide
get this for him.
corduroys on. Yeah, we got to show him this shit, dude. He's probably so excited when they come out with new styles of condoms. he's like in the bathroom at the strip club, like, oh, does anyone have a quarter? Because no one ever figured out what a lot of a French tickler. But this
Wait,
is.
so what does this do? What is this thing for? Do you insert
You
yourself
just
in here?
put it.
What
You
is
just
this?
put it. You wear it, and it's like you have foreskin again.
If that is an adult hand, my penis could not fit in that penis.
Well, you established before that you have a micro penis, so
Yeah,
they probably have one for
yeah.
you. We probably have
I'm
one.
quitting. I'm actually quitting the podcast, and I'm becoming the new menswear guy, but only for condoms.
I've got a macro penis. Well, I mean, goat skin, obviously, number one. We're ranking condoms here. We're going to go with goat skin, number one. We're going to go with...
Why is that one up top? What is that?
It's a classic,
Because
dude.
it doesn't make you... It makes you feel more fucking alive. Because you've got, it's
the
like...
Crusader condom.
Because I don't fuck with leather or anything like that. And
Okay.
like, 'cause
Leather?
I'm just
Oh.
not, but like a leather guy. I'm not doing anything like that. But I do want to involve the skin of some kind of animal in copulatory kind of engagements. And so goat skin, number one. We're going with, after number two, we're going with fucking the Trojan XL big ones, but regular condoms in the box.
Okay.
Because that's like it's mind over matter. She'll see what she wants to see at that point.
So it's just a mindset. Like you're now it's just a mindset
Yeah.
sort of thing. Okay.
Third-
But the first one, the goat is that's like also. I mean, I guess that's a mindset thing too. You feel powerful that you have another animal's
yeah.
like as a part of you. Yeah.
Third,
so what's next?
we're gonna go with a thimble from Monopoly, kind of putting that on, with a couple of rubber bands, just because that's really the only part you really need to cover. It's not like you need a condom for the rest of your penis, unless that has stuff on it. But
I
then
guess,
just put the yarn on, and then fourth, I guess we'll go with the yarn. Fifth, I gotta say, fifth has got to be mental. Fifth has got to be something like a mental condom that. It's sort of like, I guess, you know what? Maybe I hate Star Wars. I guess if you just think about it enough and like you focus your energy in enough, you can prevent anything from happening.
Yeah. No, you know what? We all evolve, we all change. Star Wars, not so bad actually. Not so bad. No, thank you. Yeah, so that's the official Western Kabuki condom ranking.
The condom
thank
ranking.
Yeah. No. And I'm just gonna leave us here one final super soy, which I think this is like the most soy thing I have ever read. This is from an account called Bite My Shiny.
There we go.
Listen up, Morty. It's Rick here. AOC's rant about Trump, it's just noise, Morty. Trump's not seizing power, he's streamlining this mess. Like I streamline adventures. Handing power to billionaires? They're like Ricks, Morty. They get things done. Constitutional crisis? That's small potatoes, Morty. Compared to interdimensional threats, MAGA's about cutting through bureaucracy, Morty. Like I cut through dimensions. Let's make America great again, Morty, by letting the smart ones lead. Wubba lubba dub dub. And that's, I think, just like the perfect encapsulation of like where we are. Just like
Sucks
as
that
a
these
society.
guys are winning so much, dude. Every time I see a fucking picture of Curtis Yarvin, I want to kill myself because he's getting exactly what he wants.
No, we gotta let that butterfly
The rage
fly. I don't know what butterflies do kind of after the weekend. What is the point of them?
of
But,
butterflies.
yeah, but I mean, I love
beautiful.
them because they're beautiful. But obviously, they were here before us, and they'll be here long after us.
They're fantastic pollinators. They pollinate at rates unseen before other flying
Gotcha.
insects.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they're like carpet bombing Arby's sauce over flowers. but Yarvin, we just gotta let him. We gotta let him go. We gotta see where that takes him. Because he's amazing. He's an amazing.
He is a fascinating figure.
I said this on our show, but I'm gonna repeat it. I had a revelation recently. And this is kind of ableist, but I'll own it. I'll take this. I am being ableist, kind of. But these people aren't disabled, so I'm not being ableist. there is like a through line of all like Sam Bankman-Fried, Curtis Yarvin, Ayala, like fucking all of these kind of different people are all
they're all
like
the same
half of
polycule.
like the right wing like race and IQ kind of like thought leaders or whatever.
They're just
all
thinkers. They're
the
like the
same,
philosophers.
but they're all the same person. Like there is actually no daylight between any of these people, and they all know each other, and they all hang out with each other.
They're all in her polycule. They're all in the Ayala polycule.
I know, and it's just like I'm sorry, like that's just like Musk is kind of one of these guys. You know, it's like
if he wasn't doing what he was doing, if he wasn't as rich and famous, Elon Musk would have absolutely gone to like that polycule.
He would have been in the gang.
Where,
he would have been.
Yeah, he would have absolutely done that
without a
He
doubt.
never
And
would
I
have
know
ditched
some
his
things.
furry suit.
I know some things that I have never said publicly, and I still have to not say publicly that he is doing shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we publicly know that he was like a baby fur. Like he was like into the baby fur scene. He was like kicked out of that like a while ago.
I saw that. There's someone else. Oh, Altman.
Yeah, Sam Altman.
So baby fur is like, I'm not only a furry, but I'm a baby.
Yeah. It's kind of like a little, like, you know, that like really kind of weird fetish.
I know about it.
Oh, you
I
know.
I know about it. Believe me, I know about it. Wow. So this one is like, they're like, fuck that. I don't want to be a baby. I don't want to be just a baby. I don't want to be just a dog. I want to be a puppy. But is that like, damn, we maybe it's just, that's just what it is now. That's just what it is now.
Like you
but
saying
they wear
that
diapers because dogs don't wear diapers.
I think they
Only very
I don't
old
wanna
dogs before
Old
they
dogs
die.
do wear diapers, and that's the opposite of a baby dog, dude.
It's interesting that there's not a lot of like elderly fetish. Like it's
Like
why is
people
it always
just,
gotta
like-
be?
like-
We don't make a big deal about it. That's why.
yeah. There is.
You don't
First
want
of
the
all,
spotlight.
no. I mean, my boy actually literally has an elderly person fetish. I'm not even joking. Like
Your boy being Elon Musk. your
no,
homie?
my real friend. He only a man or woman. I'm not even joking. The limit is the sky's the limit for the age, but the metric is the age. It's incredible. I
like over a year ago, before I moved to Chicago, I would, with one of my friends, frequent this one bar in Logan Square, and there was like this worker there that after he got off his shift, he would just kind of hang out at the bar for a little bit sometimes, and he like sat down next to me, and he was like, I've been having a lot of trouble with my dating life. Like, do you want to help me like make a bio on Tinder? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Like, you serve me a lot, like we're cool. And he was like, well, here's the thing, I want to appeal only to 70-plus-year-olds.
Yeah.
So like I went on this journey of this guy trying to get with these like elderly people. So it's like, you know, I respect it. I respect the grind.
Are they on Tinder? They're on Tinder.
Oh, they're on Tinder. Oh, they are.
Are they?
Oh, they are. Yeah. No, I saw. I mean,
is there one
through
for
him.
them? Bumble?
No, I think they just are in the same spaces.
Wow.
They don't age discriminate.
Because my age limit on there, I can't even make it. I don't even know. I don't know how Tinder works anymore. I'm sorry. You can set. I know you can set age limits. Can't you say you're somewhere else too?
If you go too far down on the age on Tinder from your own age, they call the police and they send them to your location.
Yeah. They post about it. They post about it on Twitter, and they're like, isn't this kind of a Huma Alex Soros situation?
I'm so glad that they're tuned into online discourse, just like all of us.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Curtis Yarvin, he's like, I had a little portion because there was that New Yorker piece that came out about him recently, and I like, to me, Curtis Yarvin is like the soy. I wrote down here, he's the soy final boss. Like, he is like the guy, and it's crazy to me that he's like this thought leader on the right, in the right wing spaces. Like, when I first started looking into him, I was like, oh, this like butterfly effect that I forget what he called it, and like he's like thinking he's like this monarchist type type guy. I was like kind of terrified of like that. JD Vance is familiar with him, that like Peter Thiel, all these people are like into this guy, but then you read more about like Curtis himself, and he is just like, he is like pathetic. Like, I don't know, anytime I see anything about him, I have just a couple of excerpts from that article that I feel like reiterate just how like he is like just this like I don't know, just soy. He quotes like the Matrix, like the red pill, which a lot of right wingers do. That was like kind of the first step where they were like, oh, it's all the Matrix, bro. Like, oh, Andrew Tate, you're saying he like was a sex trafficker? No, that's just the Matrix talking.
It's true.
Yeah, it's all the Matrix. And like all these excerpts are just a lot of him quoting, like he's talking about high elves and like dark elves in like the government and like all these different things. And I feel like liberals, would always do the Harry Potter, Marvel, like they would quote all of this like media to try to make like a political point. But right wingers do it, I think, more at this point. Like right wingers, that is how they express their worldview.
We need to take it back from them. Marvel. We're taking it back with the Hulk.
It all starts here. Start drawing large penis Hulk, and we'll win the culture war.
It'll be huge.
Yeah. But I think we've been going for quite a while. So I think we'll wrap up here. Brace, thank you so much for coming on. This is so much fun.
Thank you for having me. Sorry.
No,
no,
it was great.
It was really funny.
It was
you're
really
great.
fun. It was really fun talking to you.
Do you want to plug anything? I know you said you're working on a new project. That's
but nobody. That's gonna. People will.
Just watch the space.
That will come on. That will make COVID look like nothing, dude. I got some shit that I'm gonna do that's gonna hurt a lot of people's lives, and yeah. But no, I have nothing to plug. I mean, I have my show, but we're already. Who cares? It's TrueAnon.
Go listen.
One of my
favorite
podcasts. Great podcast. As far as I know, the only anti-pedophile podcast.
Yeah, but we're open-minded. But I also, I want to plug love. Because there's not enough of that. People hate a lot in this world. There's a lot of hate going on right now on the internet, in real life. Not mine, but other people's. And I just want to say, love is the answer.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
Love is the key. I just have one thing to plug before we go. Me and a friend of the show, if you've been listening for a while, you probably know Josh Borman. He's the host of The Worst of All Possible Worlds. Him and I are launching a new show, a new podcast called Ill Conceived. It's a show about natalism and how that ideology is kind of like the underpinning of a lot of like just historical right-wing ideology and the ideology of Donald Trump and a lot of the people like Stephen Miller around him, Elon Musk. So we're doing a show just like looking at the current and historic state of natalism in the United States, and we are launching June 20th, and we'll have a new episode out every Friday. So that's going to be a really fun show. The episodes are probably going to be like 30 minutes to an hour long. So it's a little bit shorter form than I think an average Western Kabuki episode. So check it out. It's called Ill Conceived. We'll put just a couple of links to where to find that show in the show notes on this episode.
Nice. Marcos and I are ready to launch. We're recording one more before we go live for Chiral Mindset up behind the Patreon. First episode is on the Giants of Kandahar. So gonna be fun.
Real.
Stick around for that. Very real, very real. So we'll see you there. Thanks, Brace.
Thank you, Brace.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Gracias. Danke. Sheshe. Merci. Obrigado. Arigato. Taki. Grazie. Asante. Kapkun. Ngai. Kumoyo. Thank you.